this demo, we're looking at a digital delay pedal that has a distinctly analog personality. Introducing the Benson Amps Delay. The topology of this pedal is interesting because it uses a digital chip, a PT2399. Now, while that of itself is not unique, there are other pedals that have used the same chip before. What Chris Benson has done with this is pretty incredible. Now, the controls are simple enough. You've got feedback, time and mix here, that's pretty standard. And then over this side is your modulation. You've got two LFO settings, which is speed and depth. But each one of these knobs covers quite a lot of ground, and you'll find a ton of range in the first, third to half of certainly these two, especially the feedback and the time knobs. And same with the LFO, you can get into some really crazy tones with it. You also have a menu that you can enter by holding a combination of the foot switches, so you can change the waveforms for the LFO side, and you can also change the division of the repeats. Add in a tap tempo and a hold functionality for some self-oscillating feedback craziness, and you're going to lose a serious amount of time to this pedal, which is what I did when I did this demo. Let's check it out. Both LFOs are at 0, right? So you got those really warm, lovely, cascading kind of repeats going on. Now, I've cut back the mix ever so slightly, but I've turned the LFO depth right up. Check this out. It basically goes up and down. I'm calling this setting minor major. If you play a minor chord that goes down and then a major chord, now with these settings I've basically ramped the LFO speed up and turned the depth all the way down. Check this out. Great for chords, very Radioheady. That has got serious personality, isn't it? It's great with palm muted stuff as well, so you can, play against yourself. Inspires you to make stuff up. It's awesome. Now, speaking of Radiohead, you can really get that Ed O'Brien vibe going as well with this. So with the feedback at about 3 o'clock and the mix at about 9 o'clock, you're going to get an incredible amount of repeats. And then you can adjust the time knob to have a little play, right? So if we go... over the top. next setting, I'm just using the feedback, time and mix knob, so the LFOs aren't involved. Really lovely for like, arpeggiated stuff. Check it out. Goes on forever, doesn't it? It's the most analog sounding digital delay I think I've played. Again, great for single note stuff. Now with the feedback at 0, you just get one repeat, and I've got the LFOs up to sort of halfway. That is lovely and characterful, isn't it, that repeat? There's some really cool and atmospheric kind of Queens of the Stone Age stuff that you can get with this too. Check these settings out. It's just really musical no matter what you do. I mean, let's put some distortion on. Without the pedal. With the pedal. It does make you approach the guitar differently, which is amazing. I mean, you've got a really fast speed going on there, you can hear. Just kind of inspires you to play differently. This one's cool as well, like a sort of tape echo style. And then for lead stuff. With these settings, you've got some U2-esque strumminess. Those repeats are so cool, aren't they? They go into almost like a sort of horn type section. The repeats are at a quarter note, so I'm going to change that to a dotted eighth by going into the menu. So we hold down the bypass button for 2 seconds, then press the tap and hold, blinks a few times, and then if we press the tap and hold, it flashes once, and again, flashes twice. So I think the first time you press it, it tells you what mode you're in. Second time you press it, you've moved it on to the next one. And then if I hold bypass again for a couple of seconds, you get 3 flashes and you're back in. So let's do that again. Pull the mix up a bit. So back to quarter notes. But this time I've changed the waveform to square. It's great fun. And then random. Now with these settings we've got a little bit less craziness going on, and I really like this for the sort of Mike McCready style stuff, you know. So add a bit of or with clean, let's do clean first, shall we? And then with a bit of gain. Another cool bit of this pedal is the hold button on the right hand side. It basically increases like the feedback, so you get a bit of, you know, self oscillation going on. With that, I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I'm going to play you out with some noodlings. See you soon.